Hello, this is Maurice Kempner. I'm an attorney, a real estate broker, consultant, and coach with True Legacy Wealth. Welcome to the program. Today we're going to talk about what I call the primary purpose or the primary reason for your life, right? I mean, there's lots of different names people use for this, but this is the reason for your life, right? And I think a lot of people don't even think about that. Like if you just ask people, what's the main reason you want to live? What they kind of have to stop and think about it for a minute. But I think it's something to think about. Now, with your business, if you're going to have a business, and this is mindset whether you have a business or not, but for people in business, I mean, this is kind of the first foundation before you go out and start a business or get a job or do any of these kind of things. You have to ask yourself if it meets your primary purpose, if it's compatible with your primary purpose in life, right? So, all things in your life really need to be subject to the primary purpose of your life, or they're kind of a waste of time. At least that's my opinion. I mean, I guess reasonable minds can differ, but that's the way I see it. Now, your primary purpose should basically be in line with some basic needs that you're going to have in your life. Now, this guy named Maslow, he came up with some basic needs. Tony Robbins has worked on these and kind of embellished them a little bit. And other people, there's a lot of people out there who have these ideas about basic needs. But the primary purpose, in my opinion, it should help you with some of these things. Like it should help you with love and connection, having some kind of social connection with humanity, right? Um, It should help you with variety, help you have some kind of variety in your life, um, give you a sense of significance. I mean, make you feel to yourself like you're valuable and you're important. And it needs to be something that can give you some certainty. You got to have food, uh, shelter. Um, you've got to kind of be able to expect what's happening, not be worried all the time about everything being uncertain or unknown. And it needs to help you with growth. Look, if you're not growing, um, it's basically death, right? I mean, if you're not growing, to me, that's just kind of a death. You're just sitting there doing nothing. So it should help with that, and then helping you have kind of a higher purpose in your life than yourself will help you to be a lot happier. So when you work on this primary purpose, you you want to focus on what might be some goals in your life that you want to achieve, right? So like at the end of your life, what do you want people to say about you at your funeral? What kind of things do you think they'd say right now? I mean, you could ask people what they'd say about you, get some idea about it, but is that what you want, right? And what would be important to you for people to say? What kind of person do you want to be, right? Um, and then it's really important for you to assign some kind of meaning to your life. And once again, reasonable minds can differ on this. There's all kinds of meaning that people can have out there, but it's really up to you to decide what's the meaning of your life. What's it all about? So that's it's kind of about deciding what you want. So for me, I'll give some glimpses into my primary purpose. I like helping people. I like having a higher cause than myself. Like this video, I'm hoping that people will hear it, make a primary purpose. It'll be an epiphany in their life. It'll help them have a better life. It'll help them put things in their life in more perspective, and that makes me feel significant. It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel fulfilled to be able to do those kind of things, especially to the people closest to me, my family, my friends, business associates, and things like that. Now that's just me. Not everybody really cares about that stuff. Um, that's the way. That's the way I am. So you kind of have to think about what you want. Now, there's saying out there variations of it. that successful people have a tendency to think about the things they want, what they want to do, who they want to be, right? Most of the time. And the primary purpose is really about that. It's not so much about having things usually. I mean, I guess you could make it that way if you want, but it's more about being things and doing things and having things, right? Um, these having of things just help you be and do what you want if you do want to have anything, right? Unsuccessful people, on the other hand, tend to think about all the reasons why they can't do something. They think about all the things they don't want all the time. They concentrate on all the things that are negative. So the primary purpose, the one of the ways that can help you is it helps you focus on what you want. And that's what successful people do. So every day, as the primary purpose is on your mind, it helps you focus on the things you want because that's what it is. It's the things you want. Now, to help you narrow that down, you want to ask yourself a lot of questions, right? You ask yourself a lot of good questions about what would be your primary purpose or what is your primary purpose. Like, why do you want to live? Basic questions like that. Why do you want to live? Why do you want to get up in the morning? How do you want to feel? And think about the things that are going to get you to those answers to the questions that you want, right? And every day when you get up, what every day is a time for you to look at where you are and your primary purpose and close the distance, right? Maybe you're living your primary purpose. That's good. Maybe you think you are. Maybe you think you need to close the gap. But every day, you start the day, I think, by evaluating where you are on your primary purpose, right? Are you there? Are you living it? Is there some distance you need to close? That kind of thing. So I think it's really good to take some time, write some things down, write down a list of things you want, write down how you want to feel, write write down the goals you want to accomplish in your life, write down things you want to be able to do for other people. All of these things, how you want every day in your life to be, and then focus on closing the gap between where you are and those things. And your business, your relationships, your family, all these things are there to fulfill its primary purpose. And so this can be a really, in conclusion, this can be a really great tool for you to use to focus your life and give it meaning and not just willy-nilly like, well, I got up today, I'm alive, I don't really know why, never thought about it much. I think it can really, really change your life. And it's not something that has to stay permanent. I mean, your purpose can change or evolve over time. In fact, it should, in my opinion. As you mature, you get more experience, you can hone it down, make it better. Anyway, primary purpose, very useful tool, will help you immensely in your life. That's my personal opinion. I highly recommend you think about it and memorialize it, write it down, come up with it, think about what it is in your own mind.